Assalamu alaikum, everyone. A very warm welcome to everyone who has joined us today in this new session of our series on academic writing, academic writing workshops. So if you haven't yet, please check out our full schedule for this semester and register ahead of time so you get notified about our workshop timings and links. Today's topic is about common mistakes in undergraduate writing and how to fix them. And this topic will be, well, this session will be very, I suppose, very useful for undergraduate students and their writing teachers. Our workshop will be led by our very experienced teacher, Miss Maha, who will talk us through common grammar and punctuation errors in undergraduate writing. So a very warm welcome to our speaker for today, Miss Maha. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Saha, for this kind words. This is Maha Alsowaida, a member of Academic Writing Center. I'm going today to present a workshop about grammar, common grammar and punctuation error. Okay. I will start with presenting the aim of this. What is the aims of this presenting this workshop or presentation? It's for students who are undergraduate to be aware of common grammar and punctuation error that always happened. We can notice them as teacher, and then they can also highlight effective strategies to overcome these error. Let's start with our outline for our presentation. So it's going to be, in two parts, in two big parts. The first part will talk about common grammar errors, including verb to be, nouns and pronouns, subject verb agreement, and prepositions and conjunctions. Okay, and then we are going to move to the second part, which is the common punctuation errors, including capitalization, commas, and full stops, and others. Let's start our workshop by inspirational quote. It says, no matter how many mistakes you make or how slow your progress, you are still way ahead of everyone who's not trying. So this is something inspiring for us, that we don't be afraid from our mistakes, because it happens. And also mistakes usually happen by situation, as Tony's reference says, by situation and not by intention. You are not intended to make mistakes, but it happened by situation. Try to know and analyze the reasons and intent behind it. So this is an effective way to overcome your mistakes, or to observe your mistakes and why this happened with me. First of all, we are going to talk about what is a grammar and what is punctuation, which are the big parts of our presentation. So what do you have idea about what is a grammar? So I appreciate if you participate in the chat box, if you could. What is grammar and what is punctuation? Yes. Rules for the language. Excellent. Great. So this is the meaning of grammar. Great, rules and marks. So these are nice definition and simple definitions, and it's a good one. And let's see what the Cambridge Dictionary says about the grammar. He says the grammar is the study or use of the rules about how words change their form and combine with other words to make sentences. So it's about the structure and the words that combine with each other. However, the punctuation, as you mentioned, the symbols or marks, uh, it is special marks that are placed in a text to show division between phrases and sentences or the use of these marks. Okay, thank you. Uh, and then I want to ask you two questions. I suppose this workshop to be interactive, so I would appreciate if you answer the questions in front of you. Where do common errors in grammar and punctuation occur? Where does it occur? And who decides the common errors in grammar and punctuation? Okay, let's move on. Okay, writing, speaking, excellent. Okay, so as you mentioned, in the written language and the spoken language. Okay, and who decides that this is a mistake? Okay, teacher's observation. When the teacher comment on your writing, you say and mark your papers, or maybe when you speak and then you have a talk about what you have done. And the Cambridge Learner Corps, it's a corps that gather all the common errors by student or that are made by international students who are not native speakers, and you can find loads of those common error in corps. So let's talk about the grammar. Let's deal with the first one, which is verb to be. I want you please to look at these. Learners often make mistakes with the verb to be. What is verb to be? It is, and are in the present tense. So I want you to add the form of verb to be to complete each sentence. Okay, great, Tulian. Yeah. البيك, a great, okay, is a great restaurant. And the waiters in البيك are, okay, and I, okay, I'm from Jeddah. Excellent. So these are the use of common of the verb to be, and then I want you to read the text and add the form of verb to be so it is correct. Can I say there are many good places to eat in Jeddah? The famous one, Al Baik. Okay, okay, great. So there are, it's cheap, delicious. Can I say it's cheap and delicious? Can I say there only one problem? Can I say it always crowded? So it is a problem that happens because our language is different from the English language. So if you look at Arabic language, it doesn't have the equivalent of verb to be. We have an Arabic language has الجملة الاسمية and الجملة الفعلية, whereas the English language has الجملة الفعلية only. So we if we don't have the equivalent in our language, we make lots of errors. Like the student, when I ask her, what is your name? She says, my name, Maha, or my name, Sarah. She overlooked the use of verb to be. So these are the answers. Check if you get them right. We will have loads of these exercise. So once you read this exercise, so I put first like this the question and then the answers. So I want you to check if you get them right or wrong. Okay? And then let's move to verb to be in the past tense, which is the use of was and were. I want you to fill in blanks with using was and were. Okay. Why you says where? Mary and Susan yesterday. You choose where because it is or it agree with the subject, which is consists of two. The weather. Number two was great. The students. So we should look at the subject to be agree with the verb. So was to be used with the singular and where to be to be used in with the plural one. Okay. So these are the answer. Check if you get them right. Now, uh, now learners sometimes use verb to be when it is not necessary. So I want you to look at these sentences and either to correct them by either to add verb to be or to cross out verb to be. So I will do the first one for you as a case, as an example. One, reading is encourages cultural exchange. So we've got here two verbs, which are is encourages. We don't have we shouldn't have two verbs. One verb is enough. So I'm going to choose. I will cross out is and put encourages in front instead of is. So I will cross out is. Okay, try yourself with from 2 to 7. Great, Tulin. Okay, great, love. Number 3. Many people love to read. Okay, great. Ahmed, you modify the sentence, so it's okay. But either I want you either to add or to cross out a word. Okay, great. So these are the answers. Sorry. I'm not sure what is the, so I will correct it for you. Reading encourages cultural exchange. Many people love to read. Books in many languages are available. It depends. So what is it depends? This is always a mistake happened by international student. So either to have this verb depends or it or without s, without s. It depends. You can say it depends. What about that means? Huh? Have you done with that means? What do you think? It depends. That means excellent. And then the Holy Quran, the best. is the best. And someone done have done with I'm a good reader. Okay, great. Okay, so from this part, we learned that verb to be consists of is and am and are in the present tense and was and were in the past. And you don't need to use verb to be with simple present or simple past verb. So either to choose one verb. You cannot use two verbs followed by each other. Okay, so let's move to the second part, which is nouns and pronouns. Learners often make mistakes with nouns and pronouns. For example, I want you to decide either this is true or false. Fahad is from Saudi Arabia. True. How about Fahad? He went in a business trip to Beirut. Great. False. Here he says cross out one word. So these sentences are correct. When say Beirut, it has many beautiful buildings. Hmm. What should I cross? Excellent. It. Either to use, here we notice that he uses two subjects, Beirut and it. So either to use Beirut or it. So we can omit it because um, uh, this would be effective. Beirut has many beautiful buildings. The company manager, he showed me the city. Remove he. Great. The driver, he met me and took me to the hotel. Okay, so either to you yani you have to choose one subject only. People in Beirut, they are nice. What can we omit? Okay, great. So we have learned that you need only one noun or one pronoun to work as a subject for the sentence or before the verb. Okay, let's move to subject verb agreement. What do I mean by subject verb agreement? Any idea? The subject should be agree with the verb. Mhm. Do you have an idea what is subject verb agreement? When the teacher says that you need to look at the subject verb agreement in your sentence. Okay, great. Abrar, you say it in Arabic. Okay. Tulin gave an examples. Okay, great. She does. They do. A very good way to explain a terminology or word is if you don't know the equivalent meaning, you can give examples. Verbs should be according to the subject. Excellent. So the student often make mistake with the subject verb agreement. I want you to read this uh, small text and decide if they agree with each other or not. So you can look at the highlighted words and decide if they agree with each other or not. Dubai Mall agree with each other. So I can say Dubai Mall, one of the world is one of the world largest shopping malls. It okay, it is two shops, 2,000 shops. It has 2,000 shops, 200 place to eat and lots of parking space. Many of the shops is or what? Great. Are quite expensive because we look at uh, the uh, the subject. It is a plural, so the verb would be should be or should agree with the verb. Now another exercise to circle the correct choice to try yourself. Let's say, for example, number one, a large number of people in Saudi Arabia is or are vaccinated against coronavirus. So, what is the subject? People or a large number? I say a large number. We have here is or are. What do you think? This is always this always happens. So we are this our subject is a large number. A large number is our subject. So what is a large number is excellent, great. So when you use like this a large number, a big amount of something, this is your subject. So you are going to choose the verb accordingly. So how about number two? How about number three? Okay, thank you, no. Provide, because it is a plural. So here also they agree with each other. So he gives or he gives a nice talk. Excellent, gives. Most student finds or find writing exam easy. He says difficult. So our subject here is most students. So it's going to be plural. Great. You've got good answers. Demands for healthcare usually exceed or exceeds. What is my subject? Great, Judy. Great. Exceed, exceeds. So the answers would be in blue. The answers are in blue colors. You can have a look on them. If you get them right or not. So I have learned from this part that we use singular verb with a singular subject and use a plural verb with a plural subject. I always tell my students, please, 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 if you face any word in English, you have to know what part of speech is this word. If you know that this is a noun, verb, adjectives, pronoun, um, adverb. So you will put it right in the sentence. You are building sentences. You are going to write. You are going to speak. So you should know the part of speech. If you focus on the part of speech of these words, you are going to get them right. So either they are singular or plural. Let's move to prepositions. The prepositions uh, always is always easy for the student. So I want you to underline the prepositions in this sentence. For example, the first one, we have in, and we are going to look at where can I use these prepositions or put categories for them so I know when I use in or the others. So first of all, I want you to underline the prepositions. For example, in number one, in. How about number two? Only on? We don't have any other preposition in number two? Excellent. On and at. Okay. Number three, I would like you to do all of them. Okay. So I've got between, Under. Great. Okay, great. Can we consider last as a preposition? He walked to the last platform. Two, excellent. And here the roses are for you. The roses by the window were wilted. Okay, great. We've got why. So these are the right answers. Have you get them right? Okay. So these in, at, on, can, between, under, all of these are prepositions. So sometimes the student make mistakes with prepositions. So I want you to check yourself or the use of your preposition. So I want you to circle the correct choice of the preposition, and then later we are going to categorize them categorize them under certain divisions. So it's going to be easy for you not to um, uh, يعني get them wrong. So I want to buy a comfortable house, the countryside. In or for. Hmm. I want to buy a comfortable house, the countryside. Okay, in the countryside in England. It is close. Great, to the beach. It has three, or it is 3 hours. Okay. The entrance hall, can I say in or off? In the entrance hall, there are benches, people to sit. Okay. There are carpets with or on the floors, but no picture, the walls. Okay. So on. Um, Also, there is a big window with a view the sea. Okay. Okay, so these are the use of the right answers will be in blue. Can you check them? Okay. Did you get them right? Okay. So after we use these prepositions, what I want you to decide which are used for location and places. When you talk about location and places, distance, time and date, what are you going to use? Reasons or purpose. You said we use in, for example, in the countryside in English, in England. When we talk about the beach, we say to. When we talk about the date, hmm, what did we say about the date or time? Okay, at. And also the reason or the purpose. there are, uh, mm, sorry, there are benches for people. So the reason of the putting benches is for people to sit on. So this is, if it's like, I bring or I bought a present for you. So this is the reason of buying a present. Okay. Examples, you can say, for example, as you say, Muhammad. And then kind, how can we, kinds of, yes, Hamza. Okay, great. So I want you just to check yourself using the prepositions with these words, Saturday, Sunday, Friday. What are going to use? I want you to use prepositions of time: at, in, on. So when I talk about days, we say Saturday. On, excellent. How about July, the month? July. Great. In. How about if I have date 1984? Also in. March, the month. Friday. Friday is like Saturday. If I want to say summer, summer. The morning, 9 o'clock. Great. At the evening, the morning, like the evening. What are you going to use? How about night when I want to talk about time? Okay. So these are when we talk about the preposition that with, for example, time. In the days, we can use on, and you notice that we use in with months and years. Summer also we use in. The morning and the evening we use in. When I have a clock or certain time of, when I want to talk about the time, 9 o'clock we say at, and also night we use at. Okay, so I want you to check yourself with correct answers. My lesson starts 5 o'clock. My father usually buys the newspaper the morning. Great. We wear warm clothes winter. We are talking about season now. Okay, great. And I usually visit my grandparents Sundays when I'm talking about days, on Sundays. The film finishes great at, and I have certain time. So these are the answers. Check if you get them right. Okay, then I would say I have learned from this session that prepositions express a very wide range of meaning. You can use them with words to help me. It's like, we have equivalent in Arabic. We can use them with the names, like, or the nouns. Like in Arabic, we use الجار والمجرور. تكون الجار يدخل على الاسم. فاit's like, the same in English. When we have them, we have after them noun or nouns, or noun phrase. So if you want to talk about locations, places, you use these kind of prepositions, and we had examples on them. And the distance, we talk about the distance from and near. When you want to talk about time, at, on, since, reasons for, and examples like, kind, amount, you can use of. Okay, so these categories will help you to use the prepositions in a right place in the sentence. So now let's move to the conjunctions. Do you have an idea what is the conjunctions? because we use them, always we use them, and it comes with you naturally, but you don't maybe know. Sometimes the student have difficulty understanding what is the conjunctions, but I'm sure you know them. Example, and excellent. And Arabic, always my students answer me in Arabic. You can give me the meaning in English, or you can give me thank you, Shog, anyway. But uh, you can, for example, give me an example, like Judy. Okay. Thank you, Radi. Coordinating or subordinating conjunctions. Okay. So we are going to deal with a very simple that is suitable for the undergraduate. Uh, okay. So the conjunctions are words that combine two words or two phrases or two sentences. So we are going to look at them and then see how to be used in a sentence. Learners often make mistakes with conjunctions, either because they don't know what are the conjunctions and or their meaning, but or their use. And we have equivalent in Arabic. Uh, if you want to be, clear, sometimes if we have equivalent like adawat al-atf, I would be, يعني it is easy for me to acquire them or understand them and understand their use. And there are similarities somehow in using the conjunctions. وأدوات العطف this, يعني we have the same use. I want you now to choose the correct answer. Uh, I really like this photo, so or because it is attractive, reliable. Excellent, Hamza, because so this is the reason we use it because we have يعني, um, uh, express the reasons why he does like the photo, um, and reliable. So you joining reliable and attractive. It's popular. Order them. Order one now. They will be all gone. Okay. It is popular. So order one now, or they all, or they will all be gone. Great. So here we have the choices, either to order or to lose. So this is like marketing and a product or something. Okay, and you always face this. Uh, so they give you the choice. And here it is faster than the previous model, has a wonderful apps. Mm. So it is which we have a positive point of view about this model. It says it is faster than positive model. What should I use? But or and? Another clause has wonderful apps. So I have something also positive about this um, device. So what should we use? We use and when we have the similar point of view about it. So um, if I say the battery life could be longer, it is not bad. So, so when I have, يعني the, yes, you can use, but the battery life could be longer, but it's not bad. We have another point of view. So these are the answers. And then I want you to match between the conjunctions. These are the conjunctions that we choose to present today, and here the meaning. What should I use to add extra information? I want to know the meaning and when I use. If I want to add extra information, Excellent. And to introduce a contrast to what you have said before. Great. But when you give the opposite, a point of view or contrast to what you have said before, so you can use but. What you choose to give warning or advice or to give an alternative. Alternative or excellent. Either to give warning or advice, uh, or to give alternatives. Similar things, then you should you use one of them. Okay, to say something is the reason why something else happened. When we talk about reasons, always we, and I'm sure everybody study here in the university, the teacher will ask a question and then say why. If he asks you why, uh, you use because. Okay, you should have or you should give reasons, how to give reasons, to start your reasons or to preface your reason by using because. To give reasons for something, okay, sorry, because when we deal with reasons, so to say something is the reason why something else happens. So do you have an alternative for so? Do you have another word to say so? Hmm. There are some, therefore, excellent, excellent, therefore. How about moreover? What is equivalent for moreover? And, excellent, and. How okay. What about but? Do you have alternative for but? But, however, excellent, however. Okay, great. So, if you learn the meaning of the conjunctions, if you know what is the meaning of this conjunction, so you are going to use them in the right way or in the right place in the sentence. Okay, so it is important to know what are the conjunctions and their meanings. Okay, so let's move to the second part, which is punctuation, which is easy, but most of the student actually makes mistake in the punctuation. We are going to look at capitalization like this and the full stop. I want you now to learn, learners, he says, learners often make mistakes with capital letters and full stop. I want you first to decide where should I use underline the error in the capitalization and full stop. I will give you 1 or 2 minutes to decide. Okay, you can see the answers. Did you get them right? Okay. So if you look at these words, why they are capitalized? For example, my. Why I capitalize my uncle? Because what? It is the start of the sentence. Excellent. How about Mecca? Because it comes at the first. The first word in a sentence should be capitalized because it's a place or a city. You can say a city. How about uh, his? Also the capital, capitalized because it is the beginning of the sentence. His name is Bilal. Bilal as well. As you mentioned, it is a noun. Um, his name is Bilal, and he is 55 years old. He also, at the beginning of the sentence, how about the Taif University? How about Arabic? How about Abdulaziz Omar Sara? How about King Faisal Hospital? And what do you think of the full stops? Use when we have nouns or names, we use capital letter, and if we want to divide our ideas, so the sequence will be clear for the reader or the audience. uh, you should uh, يعني separate between your idea by full stop. You cannot say my uncle was born in Mecca, his name is Bilal, and he is 50 years old, he works at Taif University in one sentence. Why? Because it's going to be run on sentence. We have to divide them, um, to divide your idea so your writing will be clear and good. Okay, so I want you now to look at the highlighted words here. We want to see the cases of capitalization. I would love that to mention or to emphasize that memorizing the cases would be يعني important for you as a student to and it is a good strategy to avoid the errors in capitalization. I would love that if you look at the highlighted words in red and see why they are capitalized. So the first word in a sentence would present which letter? The first word in a sentence would present I and this. Names of people or places or organization. What do we have here? Okay, great. KU organization. It's kind of well-known place, so we can capitalize it. And it is another, yani, I don't want to elaborate more, but it's kind of acronym. If I have a KEU, KSA, so these always should be capitalized because it's a small or short or abbreviation for, instead of saying Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you say KSA. King Abdulaziz University, you say KEU and should be capitalized. And those are acronym. So nationalities, languages, nationalities like Korean, French, languages also if English and French, countries like Saudi Arabia, cities like Mecca or Cairo, seas, oceans, lakes, and rivers like a Nile River. Uh, Also the titles of the books, always you can notice that it's capitalized, like when you say the Holy Quran, and it's capitalized and with the italic. And also if you have apps like Snapchat or website, well-known websites. So these are uh, the uses of or cases of capitalization. Now let's move to cases or uses of the full stop. When I use the full stop, I want you to match between the use and examples. First one, at the end of the sentence, which one? Would D, would be D. After some abbreviation, when I say doctor, when I say Mr., after or at the dismissal point, uh, an amount of money, when you say $3.5 million, when or to separate part of an email address, you can use it in the email to separate the part when you have and use it and say it as a dot, like amal.annasir@gmail.com. Okay, so if you know, or if you notice that these the full stop, the uses of full stop in the sentence, okay, or different examples, you can or يعني, overcome the errors that you make in your writing. So it is useful to know the uses. So I have learned capitalization. Let's move to comma. When I use comma, learners often make mistakes with commas in if conditionals, and they use to separate or use commas to separate a list of single words. So I would love to circle the correct answer. Of course, with the time clause, but I don't want to elaborate with if conditional. We use comma. Which one? If your TV doesn't work, you should call a repairman. Which one? Okay. B. Great. They traveled through Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. Which one is right? A or B? Also B. Excellent. We separate between single words we separate single words when we have a list of something. So you can use commas with if clause in conditional sentences, and use commas to separate a list of single words. Okay. Now other punctuation marks. Circle the correct sentence. Noura doesn't eat fish. Which one? A or B? You don't need the following: paint, brushes, colors. Which one? What do you do? Okay. I can't believe it. Which one? Okay. Did you get them right? So we use apostrophe for missing letters in short negative form, or we use colon to introduce a list, and we use a question mark after a direct questions, or in questions in general, we use exclamation mark to show that we are surprised. So these are the uses of uh, uh, the other punctuation.
Thank you so much, Miss Maha. If I'm just aware, I know, like this is like I love
This is
how
the end of our
interactive the session
presentation. If
is.
you want to ask any questions.
Yes, I love how interactive the session is, and I'm sure like students want to know more. But we're running out of time, and for the next 4 minutes, we'll leave them, if you don't mind, we'll dedicate them for questions from the audience. So please, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Miss Maha, post it either on the chat, or if you want to use your mic, you're very welcome to do so. And here, the link I'm sending, this is where you can use it to leave your feedback. Once you complete the feedback form, you will get a certificate of attendance. Okay, so any questions for Ms. Maha?
Thank you, everyone, for attending my presentation. I hope it's enjoyable or it's kind of refreshment. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Miss Maha, for
Thank you.
all of that. We still have like 3 minutes or so. So if anyone has any questions about probably how to use these, how to remember these rules in writing, you're very welcome to do so. Okay, so I'll talk with Miss Maha, and
Okay.
probably if you can uh, leave us your email in the feedback and write in the feedback form that you want the slides, we could
I would be happy.
probably, yeah, we could probably send them to you. And by the way, this session will be recorded, so you can go back to it on our YouTube channel.
The feedback is in the link sent in the chat. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Yes, please leave your email on the feedback form. And as I said, this session is recorded, and you can find it on our YouTube channel.